After several months of being laid off, I was ecstatic to receive a job interview invitation through email. On that day, I wore my best suit and tie and hit the road several hours earlier to make sure not to get late driving to the neighboring city. An hour away from my destination, I slowed down when I noticed that all the vehicles on the 4 lanes of the highway on site had stopped. I pulled over 2 meters away next to a truck and asked the motorist to my left what was holding up the traffic. He told me that there was a collision and we couldn't pass until the victims were rescued and the debris was cleared. I sat on the hood idly for an hour waiting for any movement of vehicles up ahead. However, the traffic remained still with no signs that the road would be cleared soon. I searched the internet with my phone to look for an alternative route, and there was a dirt road through the nearby mountains. I had never used that path before because there had been lots of accidents with vehicles falling off the mountainside due to lack of guardrails. Despite that, I mustered some courage and decided to take the detour so that I wouldn't miss my interview. While I was turning my vehicle around, an SUV sped to my rear, and it was a few inches away from getting hit with my bumper while I was backing up. I got off the car, slammed my door shut, and went to the driver's side window yelling at him. In my rage, I cursed at him and called him names a couple of times, and only stopped when I realized he'd had enough from the stunned look on his face. While driving away, I looked back on what I did and regretted it. I wasn't normally like that, but my pent-up frustration after months of joblessness made me irate. I arrived at my destination just right on time for my interview, but to my surprise, the one sitting behind the desk was the same person I vented out earlier. Embarrassed, I apologized for what had happened and told him about my circumstances. He said it wasn't a big deal, but I never received any call back from that company after I left.